Good day, friends and listeners. Today we follow on in our series of talks about health and wellness. And today the item will be post-COVID protection. So welcome here, and we'll continue right now. Many people have contracted COVID. Some didn't even know they had it, but you can ascertain that by testing afterwards with an IgG test. Can give you an indication whether you've had COVID or not. And some people, there are indications that they are suffering from something called long COVID. Long COVID means they have long-lasting after effects of the condition, and they're not well documented or statistically presented. But some people suffer for a long time from things like loss of taste and smell and lethargy and even sort of mild depression. And what is causing that? Some people get it more severely than others. Some people end up in hospital in ICU, and some just feel miserable for a day or two, and some can't even feel it. So what that means is, of course, that we are not all the same, and most humans are somewhere on this bell curve, with most in the middle and some on the one extreme and some on the other extreme. So what we have is a new condition in the world. It didn't exist before, and we're still learning about it. And if you think about big events, big diseases like cancer, they are now decades old and being studied, whereas COVID is only 2 years in the making so far. So I think it's still all about your immune system, and anything that can enhance immunity will help. And that includes sunlight and sleep and enough water and exercise and some supplements like iodine and vitamin C and zinc. And then one should be better off if you do that than if you were not doing it. So we have, because people are really unique and individual, you can't just give blanket advice to the population at large. So I think someone who had a very light version of it, some people didn't even know they had it, but they've had it, they don't really have to worry about it too much, because it shows they're robust enough to tolerate that contagion. And if you're not one of those, or if you got severely ill, it's a good reason to investigate anything that can help you, let's say, tolerate the effects better. And it includes things like iodine, magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin C, and then all the other supplements like omega-3 oils can work for some people and not so important for others. And then a good diet, of course. A good diet means more raw and less cooked food and less processed. The less processed it is, the better it gets. So a thing like bread is very heavily processed. From the wheat field to the bakery, it's a long way. And that wheat kernel undergoes many, many changes. So we think closer to the source is better, and raw is better than cooked. So I'll expand on that when we get to dietary information. But those are the general principles. And some countries have more abundant fruits than others, so for them they have to have a different strategy, and we'll focus on that in future. So until then, goodbye.